Are you sitting comfortably? Then let's begin. Welcome to the Chairboys Live playoff preview show, live from Highbury Stadium, Fleetwood. My name is Matt Cecil. I'm in an absolute gale here, so apologies if you can't hear us. These are strange times we find ourselves in, and not least because it's windy in July. But Wycombe Wanderers are still playing football in July. The 2019-20 season is still to come to a conclusion, and it might well do it in the most dramatic, incredible fashion as we enter these playoffs. Alongside me is my co-host tonight. Please welcome Dan Simpson, who's in far warmer, less windy surroundings at home. How are you doing, Dan?
Yeah, very well. I feel slightly grotty at southwest London, though. Wycombe haven't played a competitive game in 125 days. We've got two of the biggest league games in Wycombe's history in the course of the weekend. I know it's a shame that we can't be there. I know that we can't go up to Fleetwood and head to the village as we would like, but we're trying to bring the playoff parties to you, so you need to bring it to us. So if you're having a playoff party, get your phone out, get on YouTube. We've got the link. Matt, you've got the link, haven't you?
Yeah, so basically in the description of this YouTube video, there's a link. It's called StreamYard, and if you click it, you'll get to join the waiting room. There's 4 of you lined up. We're going to call you in. We haven't got long, okay, because we are going to come off air at 7:15, okay? So when you come on, we're just going to have a couple of minutes with you to find out what you're doing at home, how your party is shaping up, and what your thoughts are. Dan, let's talk team news. I don't know if you've seen it. Ed very helpfully has copied it for us. Ryan Alsop in goal. I won't give away formation in case Joey Barton is watching, but you can imagine Jacobson, Stewart, Charles, Grimmer along the back. Somewhere along midfield are likely to be Gate, Bloomfield and Offerbore. Up front, Onyedinma, Samuel and Wheeler. Some sort of variation thereabouts. How good is it to see a Wycombe Wanderers lineup in front of your eyes again after 125 days?
It's interesting. The first thing that you notice is the beast isn't starting. So, 2 games over 4 days. There's no real excuse about fitness, but the point is the players haven't played, as I said, in 125 days. We need to save those legs. The beast is always an amazing presence to have. We're live on the cameras. Seen all over the world. I know, Matt, you're stuck online yesterday, all the different channels that you can see us on all over the country. So hopefully we're going to put on a spectacle. It's interesting, just as you say. So good to see a Wycombe lineup in front of your eyes. I've not got your dad giving it to me in the beer suite anymore. I can see on YouTube. But amazing. You're in a bit of a tornado. But
yeah, I know. If I get too noisy, just tell me to shut up. I'll come off, and Dan, you can just run the show on your own. But we've got loads of comments coming in. Stuart Barnes was one of the first when we went live. Come on, you mighty Blue Boys. Lloyd Greenfield, Josh Curtis Smith, Isabella Osborne, Neil Summers, Aaron White. There's so many of you. Dave Bassett. I saw Andy Leonard, Nathan Mara. So many of you tuning in. I'm sure some of you are watching the other League One playoff game, Oxford against Portsmouth. I think that was 1-1 at half-time. Yeah. We'll worry about that once we get past Fleetwood, okay? Let's call some guests into the room. Mark is there, but I can't see his video, so I'm going to go instead to Mighty Wycombe. Mighty Wycombe, how are you doing?
Good.
Can you hear us? You're live on Chairboys Live?
Yeah.
Mighty Wycombe, first off, team news, you've seen it. How are you feeling about that?
Good. It's strong.
Hello, can you hear us? Dan, you go if you can't hear me.
No, I can hear. I can hear Mighty Wycombe. So, 125 days without a game. Mighty Wycombe. Can I call you Mighty Wycombe? Is that all right? Do you want to get more formal?
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. Okay. Mighty Wycombe. Matt's dropped off. That's okay. 125 without days, without any fixtures. What do you want to see from them today?
Just that they try their best. It doesn't matter if we don't win. It's just all about having fun.
What are you doing to mark the occasion? It's a playoff party, 2 of the biggest games in Wycombe's history. What are you doing?
Oh, me and my dad are watching it because the rest of the family don't like football.
You need to press it home to them. This is a historic occasion.
Yeah, my mum went to 1 game. She didn't even realise the game started.
I don't know. I feel for you. I really do. Matt's kind of dropping on. Matt,
how are we doing? Can everyone still hear each other? Yeah. I dipped out for a bit. I don't know if you noticed.
Right. We're always professional. It's okay. So Mighty Wycombe, very quickly, talk to us about your story. When did you? It's clearly just you and your dad that are following the Chairboys. Talk us through your story. You dropped off.
Sorry, Dan, I think we're all having internet problems. Richard Dobson's come over to say hello. Dobbo, we're live. So we're not there yet. Dobbo, our special guest will be on later on. We'll see how we get on.
We'll flag this up. Hello, Dobbo.
There he is.
There you go.
But you've got more important things to worry about right now. We've got a game of football kicking off soon.
I know it's a slight mess right now, but do stick around. We've got some surprises on the way. Checking in with some of the Gaffers and Dobbo's family members a little bit later. We've also got some players that have been there and done the playoffs for Wickham in a little bit as well. So make sure you keep around for that. Anyone else hanging on for us, Matt?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just going to say sorry to Mighty Wickham. I think the internet problems might have killed us there. Let's bring in all the way from Saudi. We've got Martin. Martin, how you doing?
Hey there, I'm good. I'm actually not in Saudi. I'm in a car in rainy Henley at the moment.
You've cheated us.
Almost the same thing.
There you go, Martin. What's your plans for watching the game tonight?
So my son's going to join us in a minute. I mean, we've been watching Wickham since the FA Cup semi at Villa Park eons ago now. I guess it's nearly 20 years ago now. But
fantastic.
So we're going to go back to his apartment. We're going to put the kit on, and we'll be there watching.
It's always want to ask you about Martin, because as the season started, we didn't really expect too much, and then Rob and the guys came in, and suddenly this newfound optimism. It's the biggest league game of Wickham's history. What are you expecting from it today?
Well, I've heard in various corners, really underdogs. I don't really see it that way. I mean, you think of the amount of time that we spent at the top of the league this year. We ended up third, on points per game, but we still had that game in hand. So I really don't see us as underdogs. And then you look at the four who are in the playoffs, and you say, well, who would you want to play? And would you want to play away first? And I believe that we got what we would probably have wanted if we'd had a choice. So I'm very optimistic. I'm excited as all heck.
Those of you playing Chairboys Live Bingo, we're 7 minutes in and someone's mentioned points per game. So there you go. You can mark that one off, I think. So I know we've got here in roundabout circumstances, but if you can, I know you're sat in a car park somewhere. Henley, by the way. Well done. If you could be in two places in the world, Henley or Saudi Arabia, I think I know which one I'd pick. Talk us through what you've made of the season so far. Who has been your standout? What players, what games do you we really remember as you look back on this season?
Well, I mean, there were so many games where the team were playing so well when we were in number one position. I mean, we were in dreamland there for a while, so it's hard to pick out any one game. I like watching Paul play. I think he's really exciting and he can be a game changer. But of course, you got to love Bayer. I mean, every time he gets written off by the opposition, he comes up. His hold-up play, I mean, it's just been superb. So what is he now? 36, 37 years young? Still going strong.
Something like that. I don't want to hesitate on his name, really. Nicholas Simpson says, thank you so much. Martin, we'll drop off there. You're in a car. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're having a playoff party, Matt, if you want to let Martin go. Martin, thank you so much. If you're having a playoff party and you want to get involved, click the link. You've got a few more minutes to say hello to us.
All right. Give him a cheer for us, Matt.
Cheers, Martin. Thank you. Bye. Nicholas Simpson says, "Oh, it's just us, Martin. This is fun, isn't it? Do you want to take over co-hosting from Matt?"
Who, me?
Well, my erstwhile co-host has gone, so it looks like it's just us kind of riffing for a bit. Hello. Nicholas Simpson says he thinks Wickham will win 2-1 with goals from the Beast and Matt Bloomfield. Now, Martin, I'm hesitating to guess you're older than me.
It's possible.
Possible, I know. I've grown the hair.
I have had my hair surgically removed, so just to age me a little bit.
So I think so many people are jealous of you in lockdown right now that can't sort their hair out. Nicholas there, he's just got in touch saying he thinks that Wickham will win 2-1 with goals from the Beast and Matt Bloomfield. We've got to say, Wickham Field, quite the Generals, as Gaz calls them, are slightly older than your regular team. What do you think about that? As someone that's older than me, what's it like to see these pushing 40-year-olds play, Martin?
I think every team needs a mix. I think you've got to have experience. You think about, where the top teams are going, where Liverpool are at right now, for example. They have some experience in the side, and I think you've just got to have a mix. Youthful energy, drive, and excitement and speed and pace. But at the same time, you need folks down the spine who've got the experience and who've been there before and can really guide the youngsters through the difficult patches that every game has. So no, I'm comfortable with the mix. I think the Gaffer's got a really good mix of players right now.
You said that you first got involved with the Chairboys. Sorry that you're hanging on longer than you probably expected, Martin. Let's have a live production meeting on air. Everything's gone. Matt's finding Wi-Fi, I've been told, so this will be fun. You can stay there for a little bit while. If you are trying to get on, hang around. Please do carry on watching. We're going to have some playoff heroes on the way in just a sec. Until then, it's me and the Martin show, which is exciting for you, Martin. You said you got involved back in 2001 when Wycombe were taken to the when we headed to the FA Cup semi-final.
Yeah.
What was the moment there afterwards when it started to build up? Was there a few seasons that you kind of came and stopped coming, or was it as soon as you saw that game you were hooked on it?
Well, I mean, definitely. I mean, we've lived in the area. We used to live in the States, and it's pretty much as soon as we came back was when we started watching Wycombe. And it so happened that year they got to the FA Cup semi. So we've been watching them since then. The issue for me is that my job's an international job. So, I mean, I've been basically working in Saudi Arabia for the last 4 or 5 years. So it's been quite difficult for me to get to home games, or away games for that matter. It's difficult for me to get to games. But, I mean, iFollow has been an absolute boon. So I watch most of the games on iFollow. And, it's a really good service. So for all those overseas chairboys, that's been a really major factor in keeping in touch with the club. But so from that basis, it's been on and off really since then. Highlights being that FA Cup semi. I knew as soon as Heskey came on, he was going to cause us problems, and sure enough, he did.
I know.
And then the 2 games against Chelsea, of course, in the League Cup, those are big highlights over the years as well. But the run-of-the-mill games are generally well worth watching, and we continue to punch above our weight. The Gaffer gets the best out of, one of the lowest budget teams in the division. And, who's to say we're not going to get it done? I mean, we're 3 games from glory now. So,
Yeah, if you've just logged on, Martin, stay there for a second. If you've just logged on, you're watching Chairboys Live. We're having a playoff party because we can't celebrate as we would like. We can't all get together. So we're doing it online. At the moment, I'll let you in behind the curtain. The host has dropped off. I have no control over this. So it's me and Martin having a chat until something changes, which is, I'm sure, how you planned to spend the build-up to the biggest game in Wycombe's history. Martin, one of the things that Rob and the rest of the Couigs have brought to the club is this idea of the worldwide Wycombe phenomena. They're focusing on the West. They're focusing on New Orleans and Louisiana. What about you? How are you taking it to Saudi? Not known for their love of the Chairboys. What are you doing? How are you doing your bit?
Well, the thing that took me to Saudi in the first place was I was looking after the title sponsorship of the Football League there. And what was kind of interesting was when I got into the office and looked around, there were football shirts over the back of the office chairs. They tended to be the big Saudi teams, Nasser, Ittihad, Hilal, and so on. And people were quite surprised when I put this quartered shirt on the back of my chair. So we started advertising it pretty quickly. I'm not quite sure how many other Chairboys fans there are in the kingdom, but certainly.
Well, and Martin's dropped off. There you go. And here's your first playoff guest who's not got a screen. Woody, can you hear me? Sam Wood, can you hear me? So here's what's going on. Sam, are you there? Hello, Woody.
Just about, mate. Just about.
Just about. You're a bit glitchy.
Can you see me?
I can see you. Can you see us? Still. No, you there, Wood?
I can't hear you.
That's
no,
right.
It's very jumpy.
All right, you knocking around with 4G?
Just, I think.
All right, okay.
Let me. Is it working now? No. I'll come back.
That's all right. I have only 28 minutes to fill, so this should be fun. I can't control any of you getting in and out. This is fine. Cecil's just texted me saying, "Mate, he's not having a good time. So let's just chat as, as we go back right to the start of the season. Do you remember that? Do you remember the nervousness, the apprehension, not knowing what was happening? Take you back to a year ago. We finished the season at home against Fleetwood, our team, the team we're playing today. Joe Jacobson showed signs of what was to come, scoring. Hello, Woody. I was filling. Are you there?
Mate. Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, I did a great job filling. So Woody, let me let you in behind the curtain.
Right.
Hello, my name's Dan, by the way. We're having the pre-playoff party. You know, Matt Cecil has left me, but he's the only one that can control this. So he hasn't got Wi-Fi because he's stuck in a tornado in Fleetwood. So we're just going to chat, all right?
It's always nice weather up north.
Yeah, you know, very quickly. Cec, if you can hear me, just jump the players on as they come on and then I'll end it. Listen, Woody, what are you up to?
Not much, mate. Just about to sit down and have a bit of dinner, really.
And there you go. You're reunited with
Ruby.
Stephen Craig.
Ruby.
All right, mate.
There you go. Steve, hello, mate. My name's Dan. You were invited here by Matt. Matt has dropped off. He's left us in the lurch. So it's me and two of our 2015 playoff heroes. 5 years ago, by the way.
Oh, no. Time flies. It's mad.
Oh, scary, mate. Scary.
Can you tell us, we're playing Fleetwood today, which is the first match of our playoff run this time. Can you tell us how you were feeling the same time 5 years ago as you were building up to play Plymouth? Steve, what are you saying?
I think we were still kind of frustrated that we didn't manage to hang on to the first two spots in the league. Kind of ran out of steam. I think going into super confident. We didn't have any injury problems and things like that. And remember the first leg got down to Plymouth. I think the boys were in really good spirit, and I think that showed in the result.
Woody, don't worry. A dog is literally the least of our issues here, so you're okay.
Right.
What do you remember from the build up to Plymouth?
Oh, obviously the away leg was down their place, and like Stevie says, a bit gutted not to get the automatic. And obviously people might have thought that it wasn't going to happen for us. So people thought, they've probably blown it. But I think within the team, I think we still felt confident. So we just obviously regrouped and we had another shot at it, and I think we grabbed it with both hands.
Well, let me ask you this, and it's made me wonder. Oh, who's this? And it's Marcus Bean's joined us. Hey, Beanie.
Hi guys, how you doing? Sorry, man, I got the times wrong.
That's all right. Like,
I'll be always late, Beanie. You're always late.
Don't say that, Woody. I'm never late.
Beanie, I'll be honest, mate.
How you doing, Stevie, mate?
Good to see you, pal. That's a fine, by the way. 50 quid.
Beanie, this has been a disaster from start to finish.
Lucky I'm retired.
I don't mind you being a few minutes late. Well, let me ask you this, boys. Okay, and I know we got to Wembley, so that's fine. I can bring it up now. But we were 3-0 up against Plymouth away from home. It's a big game. Then they score 2 goals. What happens? How are you feeling after that game finishes? We've got 1 tie left. How are you feeling when they've scored 2 goals in pretty much the last 5 minutes to have a window back into the game? Beanie?
For me, I think what was great about that game is that we played so well. So despite them scoring the 2, we left that game feeling really confident going into the second leg. I felt that we dominated for long spells. And they had a little bit of quality on the day, as you know, Jason Banton, I think, scored 1, which was a good goal. But we were confident in ourselves, knowing that we had the beating of them in the 70 minutes or so before that.
Woody, what about you?
I thought we still had enough.
No, don't say that. We are shunning Matt Cecil now. We are shunning him. There you go. My words have come true.
I thought because we were going in, obviously, going to have the home advantage, I thought we still had enough, to be fair. I didn't fear anything. I just thought we played so well that night. We're still going to accomplish getting to Wembley.
Well, also, Woody, let me ask you this. I think Stevie's dropped off a little bit, but you scored in the game away at Torquay a year before that. What happened over the summer that made you realise hang on, this might be a bit different. The same with you, Stevie, now you're back with us. What happened over the summer between Torquay and the first game of the season that made you think, hang on, something might happen here?
I think the Gaffer and Dobbo just learned for what happened the previous year. There was situations where the boys was whatever start 11 was getting played. They weren't doing the business, as they say. I think the recruitment throughout the summer and with a really good pre-season, it would just be things like Woody wasn't travelling all the time up for Sidcup. So me and him got stuck in a flat together. That's another story. And then we just recruited well. But I think every person they brought in, like they played really well. Like we got Alfie Mawson, who was an unknown player at the time, and he just flourished. You had Aaron Pierre, who was the exact same. Everybody that came in, that they contributed, was a really good change in him.
And aside from when Beanie joined a little later on in the season, Woody, do you remember the moment in that season, the run to the playoffs, when you thought, you know, this could happen. We are onto something here. We're flying high at the top, around the top of the league. Was there a game that you remember thinking, right, now we go?
Not for me, really. I just thought it's the whole season. Obviously, touch on what Stevie said about Gareth's recruitment over the summer. He knows his players. He does a lot of depth. Goes into a lot of depth with his players. And I think that helped us. We was a great bunch. But I thought just throughout the whole season, I kind of got a vibe that it was going to be a good season just through the dressing room, because the dressing room is a big part of it for me. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you haven't got a good dressing room and a good vibe, sometimes you need to grind results out, and that's when you all come together. So I can't place one game, but it was just the whole of the season for me, really.
Beanie, talk us through the final then. We make it, beat Plymouth. We're at Southend. Sam Saunders gets injured within about a second. Talk us through the final as you remember it.
I think that was a crucial moment, that Sam injury, because the week leading up to that, you know, he was fundamental to the way we were going to play. So I think that had an immediate impact on us. Saying that, I still thought we played well in that game, and as everyone knows, we were only seconds away from winning it. So, but I think credit to the boys. I think we all left everything out there on that day, and it was just as I said, it was just an unfortunate we didn't get what we wanted at the end of it.
If we're giving credit, you said credit to the boys. Stevie, Craig, I got to give you credit for the third goal against Plymouth in that playoff semi-final. That bit of quick thinking, mate. Talk us through it.
It's just to echo what Beanie said there. It was basically just got eye contact with Sons, and he just done a really quick free kick, and that's what he was capable of. Like Beanie said, loads of other attacks, and he got us started. And I think you lose him in that final was a game of that size, and that would have been sort of like Son's sort of platform. He'd have went on and wanted to show how good it was. And like I said, I still think I totally agree with Beanie. I still think we should have won on the day, but it just wasn't to be.
Just carry on watching. That there is more to come. Don't bother trying to get in just yet. And I can't see your YouTube comments, but it's fine. It's nice to know that you're there. Thank you so much for watching. While we're, I know I'm asking you footballers, while I'm a mere mortal, to tell me what's going on inside your head. But Marcus, you will be forever known in Wycombe folklore, not just because of the amazing YouTube series that it spawned, but for being with the shot, for the incredible goal, your 100th appearance. I'll be honest, you haven't looked like you even knew where the goal was, and then the ball drops to you from the corner and you lash it in. I'll be honest, what is going through your brain when that happens?
I'm thinking...
He never meant it. He never meant it.
Cheers, Dave. Cheers,
you want to kick it off for the draw, yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm thinking, listen, it's there's only, I don't know, that's literally going to be the last kick of the game. You know, if I miss it, it goes into the stands. It kills a bit of time. If it goes in the top corner or the bottom corner as it did, then, you know,
kills a bit of time.
we win the game. So it was like a kind of, all or nothing, waste time or score a goal and become a hero. So yeah, it was one of those.
It's weird. So for a non-footballer like me, like the time that drops to you is half a second. As I say, it's in Wycombe folklore now, and in that time, you've managed to run through your head. Either it goes in, or I waste some time.
No, but I think as Craig, Stevie, and Woody would tell you, but as a footballer, you've got to make these calculations. You know, like all the time. Like, am I going to take this shot? Is it, or should I pass it? Is the angle right? And these are all things that you come across. And then, honestly, that was the truth. I was thinking to myself, normally I wouldn't take that shot on because I think to myself, I'm not really going to score from there. That's the truth. But because it was so late in the game, and if, you know, as I said, if it goes over the bar, and time's wasted, it's just thought to myself, why not have a go? But in normal circumstances, no. As you've seen, I hardly ever shoot, so I wouldn't take it.
So, I mean, the players won't be watching, I would hope. Otherwise, other questions need to be asked. But just each of you, what kind of words of advice would you give players teeing off in the biggest game in the history of the club? Woody, what would you say?
Just stay focused, and you know, obviously they've been practicing on it all week, so just stay focused and do what's been asked for you to do. And if you stick by that, and obviously playing with Gareth, if you stick by what he does, he gets success. So just focus on the game and do your job for me.
Stevie, what about you?
Just have no regret. Just make sure as you cross that white line, you give it your all, and at the end of the game, that's all you can say. Again, have no regrets. That's the only thing I would say to the boys now.
And Beanie probably amassed more caps than these two. What are you saying?
I'm saying stick to the plan, as Woody said. The gaffer and Dobbo, great tacticians. Play with your head and not your heart. And remember, it's two legs, so you're not out of it. You know, whatever happens today is only half of the story. So remember that in the game, and don't go gung ho. You can be 1 or 2 down in the first leg and still come back, as Northampton did against Cheltenham. So that'd be my advice.
Amazing, right, boys? Thank you so much. Give it up for the class of the Wycombe playoff game in 2015, boys. Thank you so much for joining us. You can drop off now if you like. Good luck with everything. Thanks for battling through with 4G and everything. Cheers, boys. No. Yeah. Say Smith and Matt. Cheers, boys. See you, Woody. Thank you so much for persevering. Much like the season as a whole, this experience has not quite been what we'd planned, but we've made it through half an hour. We've checked in with some Wycombe playoff heroes from 5 years ago now. Can you believe it? So enjoy your playoff party. Stay safe. Stay as socially distanced as you can. Please do not go to Adams Park anytime in the next 4 days. We really don't want that happening. But yeah, fingers crossed. The boys can get us over the line. And let's see what the chair boys can do. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.